Year 2. So in English today, we're going to be carrying on with our Great Fire of London topic. So hopefully yesterday you heard about it and you thought about some questions you had all about the Great Fire of London and you might have made some notes. So today we're going to find out a little bit more about the Great Fire of London, and your task in English will be to sequence events. So sequence means when you put things in the correct order. We're going to say chronological order. I'll say it, you say it. Chronological. Okay, that means in time order. So once you've listened to my PowerPoint, you will have a task in your pack that looks like that. You're going to cut it out and then you will stick it on the paper that's got the fire border in the correct order. So it will show us that you've understood what you've listened to and you can put things in the correct order. There's a big clue because it does give you the days, okay? So then you'll have a timeline of events for what happened on the day the fire started that destroyed nearly all of London. So let's have a look at some more facts. So, the Great Fire of London. The famous Great Fire of London started on Sunday, the 2nd of September 1666, in a baker's shop on Pudding Lane. The baker was called Thomas Fariner. You can see him there. In 1666, most of London's buildings were made from wood. That's a big difference from today because they're not wooden houses today, houses. They were also packed tightly together in narrow rows, so there wasn't much gap between them and there was lots and lots of buildings on one street. This meant that they burnt very easily and quickly. The wind also helped carry the fire. So because they were so close together, and they were made of wood, and we did this in science, didn't we? Wood's a material that burns really, really easily. It's used to make a fire go. So because they're made of wood and they're close together, the fire can easily just spread straight along without stopping. The wind blowing helped the fire to go even quicker and even further. Fire services used to Fire services never used to exist, so citizens had to try and put out the fire. So today, the first thing we do if we saw a big fire is ring 999 and ask for the emergency services for the fire brigade, wouldn't we? Well, back 300 and odd years ago, they didn't exist. So it was up to the people who lived in the city to put out the fire themselves. A huge fire with just buckets of water. It would be extremely hard, wouldn't it? They used leather buckets filled with water and axes. They tried their best but were unable to battle the flames. On Wednesday, the Duke of York, the future King James II, ordered that houses be destroyed using gunpowder ahead of the fire to stop the fire from spreading even further. This plan succeeded, and by Thursday the fire had been extinguished. So you'd be devastated if that was one of your houses or your shops because they just had to blow it up so that the fire would stop burning. The disaster made London a better and safer city. Streets were widened and buildings were made stronger, more fireproof and out of brick instead of wood. A lot of rats carrying the Black Plague were also killed off. So although at the time it was horrendous, actually it worked in London's favour and it started to become a better London. The monument to the Great Fire of London was erected. The monument still remains in place today so that no one will ever forget what happened. Even the smallest fire can be dangerous within a few minutes. Make sure you always have a fire escape planned. If a fire starts, stay calm and leave immediately. Okay, so now you've heard some more facts. Again, if you want to do your own research, you can. You're going to order these events. So you're going to cut them out and stick them in the right order, or you can write them out. So they're all mixed up. So Thursday, finally, the fire was under control and put out. So think what fact that is going to be. Is it going to be the first, in the middle, or the last fact? We've got Monday evening, the fire spreads near the Tower of London. Sunday evening, in an attempt to stop the fire spreading, houses are pulled down. Wednesday, the wind that spreads the fire starts to wind down and the burning is made as the fire is burning more slowly. Sunday morning, Samuel Pepys starts to document the events in his diary. Samuel Pepys is a man who recorded everything that happened in his diary, so we know more about it today. Tuesday, the fire reaches and destroys St Paul's Cathedral. Early Sunday morning, a fire starts at the bakery on Pudding Lane. That sounds like it could be one of my first ones, doesn't it? Monday morning, people dump their belongings into the River Thames. Mid-month Sunday morning, the fire spreads quickly and people try to escape and flee their homes. Okay, so your job is to put those in the correct chronological order. Enjoy.